Shoma, any comments? Any comments?
Will you give me some time? Of course, I'm going to make a comment.
Why is Tarun really evading the law? Would you like to
No, he's not
throw some light?
evading. He's not evading the law. Will you give me just enough time to?
She's the managing editor of India's high-profile investigative news magazine Tehelka.
Keep talking about Maryada.
Often seen and heard, raising issues of injustice in the society.
इस बार हम दिखाएंगे. And that was the kind of kindle to us.
But this time, the perpetrator is no stranger.
Anyway, the facts are all there in the magazine. If you wait for 45 minutes to an hour, there's copies of it here. We'll hand them out to everyone.
And ironically, Shoma Chaudhary is not raising a voice against a crime. Instead, she is desperately trying to cover it up.
क्या हुआ है? Apology has been given. The editor has stepped down. आपको लगता है ये एक्शन नहीं है?
Criminal investigation instead of an insider.
Are you the aggrieved party?
Certainly not, but
So, I told you.
That is the law, isn't it?
I told you, my priority is that the aggrieved journalist should feel that she has been done justice by. I'm being driven by what she wants. Please allow me the priority to attend to her first. To my understanding, she wanted an apology. It was given to her. He stepped down, which was not something she had asked for. It was over and above that. If today, as I understand from your channels, and she is still feeling aggrieved or she is disappointed by Tehelka's response, my primary duty is to her. I know you want much more out of it. Right now, my priority is her. Can I have that priority?
The tables have turned on Tehelka,
जितना हमको साफ है, आपको साफ हो जाएगी.
and the crime has been reported in their own backyard.
It is an event that is crying for investigation. I think the call for justice to be handed out is very strong because a crime has been committed. There is an aggrieved party, and the sort of grief and humiliation that has been inflicted is of a very serious nature. Given the laws that we have recently instituted, it becomes even more urgent that action is taken.
And these very people who once led the charge against all forms of unfairness and discrimination
लेके आप ये 30 पेज पढ़ लीजिए.
have now conveniently done a U-turn on this one.
और उसी के बारे में बार-बार दोहरा रहा हूँ क्योंकि बहुत dangerous findings हैं ये.
The girl was a friend of his daughter's. The girl looked upon him as a father figure. The girl has alleged that he has tried to rape her. It's not once, it is twice. Once is bad enough. And it is in extreme circumstances. The girl is totally traumatized. As I said, she doesn't have a father. He is the father figure to her. She was threatened and she was said that this is the way you can keep your job. And these kind of episodes that happened in the lift, this is direct rape, nothing short of that.
At this moment, I'm standing inside the Tehelka office in South Delhi. It is here in this office for last 13 years, Tarun Tejpal, the founder of Tehelka, talked about free, fair and fearless reportage. Now at the fag end of these 13 years, it is he, Tarun Tejpal, who faces rape charges.
So for how long were they in the know? How long did they try to shield their top boss? On Wednesday evening, an email from Shoma Chaudhary, managing editor of Tehelka, went out to the magazine staff, mentioning an untoward incident, as a consequence of which editor-in-chief Tarun Tejpal would be recusing himself for the next 6 months.
The truth is that from the moment I got this complaint, which again contrary to the media has not been for many days, but actually only as of Monday this week, I have acted absolutely, wholly and solely driven by my desire to address a aggrieved journalist's sense of injury and to act in her interest. The moment I confronted Tarun about this very, very angrily, he had a different version of the account. Contrary to everything you've been saying in the media, I absolutely overrode his version and asked for a unilaterally unconditional apology from him. This was extended to the journalist within a day. She complained to me on a Monday. The unconditional apology was extended to her by Tuesday. Further to this, he stepped down because my sense was that regardless of the differing versions, whether it was consensual or non-consensual, as a leader of institution, he had transgressed, and in addition to her, he had betrayed the faith of other journalists, so he stepped down. I sent this letter to people. As you know, it was leaked so instantaneously that further action was not possible in a measured way. To my understanding, because I did speak to the aggrieved journalist just before I sent the letters, she told me that this was something that showed her he was genuinely sorry for what had happened, and that she felt no further need for vengeance, that she was driven by a need for justice and now needed to heal, which is why when it leaked, I would have phrased it differently, but because I was besieged by so many calls, I said that she was satisfied with it. It is only from television that I got to know that she was deeply disappointed by my response. Now that she is disappointed by my response, I have set up the committee, and the committee, now both versions of this incident will be before the committee. It will be an impartial, unimpeachable one.
The editor-in-chief of Tehelka described this untoward incident as a bad lapse of judgment. To those who hadn't been privy to the whispers circulating in Delhi, the incident didn't seem like a serious matter. But soon the rot was out in the open, exposing the dirty, hard reality of the dangerous corridors of urban offices.
Tarun Tejpal has decided what the punitive measures should be, and he has tried to kind of resolve the issue in that way, which is obviously causing a lot of protest. But having said that, I think the policy needs to be put into place where and here they were at fault because they didn't even have a committee. Okay? Now if they had a committee and if they had actually gone about the process the right way, maybe it could have been resolved and not, quote unquote hushed up, but maybe it could have been resolved to the satisfaction of the victim.
But this time, unlike many other occasions, the victim marshaled the courage to take on the high and mighty. She decided not to suffer Tejpal's unwanted attentions in silence. And she chose to rely on her organization to get her justice. She was sexually assaulted by the Tehelka editor-in-chief Tarun Tejpal, and she described her trauma to her managing editor. But only she was let down. The perpetrator became the judge, jury, and accused all rolled into one, and prescribed himself a 6-month sabbatical as punishment.
Even so, the manner in which and the language in which the first statements came out of Tehelka were extremely presumptuous, and they did not show or demonstrate the kind of deep contrition that should have been foregrounded right away, even before any of these inquiries or committees that are being set up and rightly being set up were put into place. So I think they have unfortunately handled it very poorly.
The managing editor claimed the victim was satisfied. But clearly, the truth was far from that.
Give me the chance to speak to you as a journalist with all the facts. Of course, I've been in contact with her. I am not mad to say things without having been in touch with her. I do ask you to give me the dignity to speak to you guys as journalists. Please let me act correctly on it.
While there are larger lessons to be learned on the shocking case of sexual harassment that has come to light in Tehelka, what might really bring a larger change at this moment is greater sensitivity among each and every individual about sexual harassment not just at workplaces but across the society.